and welcome to the NEC Big Game. From Brookvale Oval, we present Manly Warringah versus Canterbury Bankstown. Manly coming out now for this very important clash with Canterbury. This battle at Brookvale. And it is a battle too, particularly for Manly. A loss here would see them, if they make the 5, I would think have to be content with 4 or 5. And that's pretty much impossible. So they tell you, the history books. Ross Conlon sending it deep to the grandstand end of Brookie. Bowstead is out and tackled. Kelly was the first tackler. This is Glenn Ryan. Jeff Gerard. Oh, heavy over the top from Robinson. Steve Mortimer goes through for the charge down on the kick by Melrose. It's back with Potter. It's a nasty bounce for the boy. One of the sensations of the year, Mick Potter. Here's Conlon. Kelly. Farah. Not a good kick. It's come down to Carey on the halfway. Tackler was Terry Lamb. Chris Close runs with it, runs into Brian Batiste, beats him, taken by Johnston. And Kelly comes hunting in, and there was a look of agony on the face of Close, and he's clutched at his left knee. Oh, Chris is in terrible pain out there with that left knee. It was a dangerous tackle where one's leg is trying to go 2 ways at the same time, and it just doesn't happen. Look at that. Gee, I hope he's all right. Roberts waiting for the trainer to get off the paddock. Calls time on. Canterbury show no mercy. They strike for the ball and they play the ball. Roberts, I think, started the tackle count again, did he not? It's away to Thompson. Turns it inside for Gerard, looking for that little gap that might be there behind the play the ball.
Unfortunately, it looks like it's going to be all bad news for Manly. Close just can't get going in the back play.
The ball is with the 15, and that is the second rower, Cullum. Is that the right pronunciation, Cullum? Played by Mal Cochran with Thompson. And the kick ahead, Mortimer takes it. He's on the 22. He's trying to beat them. But Melrose has made the tackle, playing in jumper number 4. Jumper numbering with Manly today is almost a waste of time for spectators that use numbers to follow a match. This is Johnston. 10 metres short of halfway. Chris Close is still limping badly. A kick ahead. Torpedo punt, a better one this time from Farah. Carey is back. He's got his fullback with him, Sigsworth, and has taken the tackle of Kelly just inside the Manly 22. Oh, Sigsworth knocking on a dummy half, and that's really putting the pressure on yourself, because Canterbury will have the loose head and the feed right in front of the Manly uprights. Still working on the knee of Chris Close, or is it lower down? I've got a feeling it's not a knee at all. It's more down towards the bottom of the calf muscle that Bowden, the Manly trainer, is rubbing. Manly scrum win against the feed. So they got themselves into trouble, but they got out just as quickly. Sigsworth plays it. Thompson passes. Melrose runs, but a penalty has gone against Canterbury for getting inside the 5. Bowden has said to the referee, said to Bobby Fulton, he can't go on. Get somebody else out. Who would you say, Phil Blake?
Well, Phil Blake would be the logical one. Maybe Bob Fulton's got other ideas in this game because he's looking for some defence, but no doubt Phil Blake's the best attacking weapon that he's got.
Ball to be played by Carey, 10 metres into Canterbury's area, and a penalty against Tunks for not getting off the tackled player. Penalty to Manly. Cold Dryer goes on in 24. Chris Close, a forlorn sight, comes from the ground.
Bob Fulton, having made that replacement, put Dryer on in preference to Phil Blake, would indicate to me that he's going to try and play this game as tight as he possibly can rather than try to open it up. I'd expect to see Manly graft away and use a kicking game.
Thompson and Melrose put on the run around. Melrose kicks, very unorthodox, but often pays dividends, kicking on the first tackle. And against Canterbury, you've almost got to be prepared to give anything a shot. This was the first tackle after the tap. Conlon hit by Bowstead and forced in goal. So Manly's had a double-barrel shot at the possession. It wasn't quite as big a gamble as it may have first appeared. Melrose comes back with it now. Needs a big game, Tony. 30 metres out from the Canterbury line. Gerard is tackled and pulled down by Andrew Farrer. This man is Glenn Ryan. He's playing in number 14 jumper.
Prior to the game starting, I thought that possibly Michael Blake might go to the lock position to give Noel Cleal the opportunity to play in the centres, and that's exactly where Cleal finds himself.
Oh, intercepted by Anderson. They couldn't possibly catch Anderson. He's away on a 55-metre sprint. And Chris Anderson, recalled to first grade, plants it firmly under the crossbar. The weekend of intercepts, it would seem. It was early in the match, was it not yesterday, when Darren McCarthy had a similar piece of good fortune. Here was Cleal out wide, where Billy was expecting to find him, and Anderson came through and has snatched it out of the air and just absolutely taken off. Chris Anderson, try scorer. Canterbury leading by 4 points to 0. Ross Conlon, he would have these for breakfast. No worries, straight up into the crowd, up in that grandstand, and Manly are already in trouble. They've lost Chris Close and they're down by 6 points to 0 in the NEC big game. 21-18 the reserves. 7-minute marker, first half. Potter comes back with it. Ooh, was a good tackle by Gerard. Took him ball and all, shook him up.
Just getting back to that point we were making prior to the Chris Anderson try, Noel Cleal's packing down in the second row in scrums, but he's spending most of his time particularly wide in attack, and Blake's filling in closer to the ruck in attack.
That's Peter, well, not Peter, but Paul Langmack. There was a Peter Langmack up at Penrith, wasn't there? I'm sure there was, elder brother of young Paul.
I think he holds the try-scoring record for the most tries in a first-grade game by a forward.
A peep of sunshine as Terry Lamb kicks, and it's going over the head of the winger, and in comes Sigsworth to take it. Crosses the halfway, pursued and brilliantly caught by the hooker Billy Johnston. Off it goes now to Carey, and the long ball out to Mike Blake, and he dummies back to Carey, but they lost 10 metres there, Manly. This is Cleal now trying to struggle out of a tackle. Got a ball, Glenn Ryan. Cleal gave him a hand down, but he really gave him a hospital pass. Really, Ryan took a very heavy tackle. He had no protection from it. This man is Dryer, nicely rounded up by Farrer.
What Manly have been trying to do is to exploit the right-hand defensive side of Canterbury, where they sometimes find themselves short, and they have on 2 occasions, but Manly have been inclined to push the pass, and of course one of those pushed passes has resulted in a try. If they're going to exploit that area, they've got to be careful not to overplay it.
Here's Matisse. Built like a block of granite and plays it very strong. Robbo. Boyd went in for a big shot on him. Penalty to Canterbury. Conlon will take a kick. The touch judge has gone in. This is interesting. I wonder, is it a piece of play that I didn't go any further into? It is. It's the tackle to Boyd. There it is. Oh, boy. I didn't see it well enough the first time to be, what you might say, able to make adamant or emphatic commentary. But that replay, well, you be your own judge. Conlon with a long shot for goal. Right in front.
I certainly wouldn't be game enough to back against Conlon.
I can't find anybody here that wants to bet. Peter Verlingos keeps our stats and he refuses to bet. Here comes Conlon. Bang. Height. Length. Beautiful. Oh, how sweet it is for Conlon. Canterbury Bankstown leading by 8 points to 0 over the home team, Manly Warringah. Quick kick-off by Manly, and it's going to go in touch and goal. Coming out to the 20.
Very good play by Manly. They took a quick kick-off. That caught Canterbury Bankstown out of position, and that should result in a line dropout. The ball went dead in goal.
Now the touch judge is trying to get the attention of Kevin Roberts. He's trying to tell Kevin Roberts it's a line dropout. Kevin was looking at him for an indication as to where the hell did it go out.
I think what he was looking for was whether the ball had been touched by a Canterbury Bankstown player or not, and I don't know that that would have made any difference because the ball had gone dead in goal and it's a line dropout.
Farah's drop kick. Down and taken by Melrose, given immediately to Sigsworth. Play by Cochrane. Here's a stretch to the left and a long ball by Melrose. Beautifully passed to Cleal. They're trying to work out wide as quick as they can, Manly. In fact, my co-commentator, Billy Anderson, thinks that if you're going to beat Canterbury, that's where you're going to beat them.
And particularly on that right-hand side, and that's where Manly have been trying to exploit.
They're wide and they're very deep, the Eagles. Sigsworth takes a heavy tackle. Sigsworth's injured now. He looks to have done a knee or an ankle. 14 is Ryan. This has started out as a gala day for Manly with all the golden oldies on show. But at the moment, they're losing plenty of current day stars if Sigsworth can't continue.
Funny as it might sound, Canterbury Bankstown leading 8-0, and they've had a lot of good play, but I don't think Manly are out of this game. They've shown us some good things and a lot of imagination in their attack, and I think Manly are still right in this one.
Sigsworth still getting attention. Kerry Bowstead takes it back. Tackle 32 out from the Canterbury line. Thompson tries to sneak up the blind. He gains 5 and loses it. And Roberts will put down a scrum.
Tuesday as Carson's Law continues.
I can't commit murder.
You don't have to.
Getting back into his position. Canterbury scrum win. Mortimer comes open side, just jinx it. Potter to Lamb. Now it's with Mortimer, and this man is Farah. Mortimer. Langmack.
Just standing a bit flat then, Langmack. If he's going to hit the ball up in the forwards, he's got to get deeper and really work his way onto it.
Peter Tunks. Kelly. Mortimer. The kick is into a space between the fullback and the winger, but Sigsworth is there to cover. And Sigsworth has got outside the 22 line. Michael Blake, Alan Thompson, Tony Melrose. Looking inside for Callum. 24 as the replacement. Cole Dreyer came on very early to replace the injured Chris Close. Devil of a blow to the Eagles. Cleal hitting it up very hard and then giving a pretty ordinary pass. Chris Mortimer's got it now for Canterbury.
Once again, Manly have showed us that they're capable of doing some good things. They're just not finishing off quite as well as they should be.
Kelly doing well. Conlon, Lamb, Mortimer. Now Farah. Farah taken high and low. He's a strong young lad, though. Anderson, Batiste, he wants to keep that knee down or he'll be getting pinched. Lamb scooping it away to Langback. Potter floats the ball out to Conlon. Lamb is waving inside, saying turn it back. But too late, and Conlon plays it. Running it is Kelly. Short pass for Johnston. Billy is up to the 22 line. 4 tackles gone is the order. Chris Mortimer, Steve, I should say, passes to Peter Tunks on the blind. Back to Lamb. The ball loose. Back to Steve Mortimer, down to Robbo. He looks around, finds Steve Mortimer. There's big trouble. Kerry Lamb. Michael Potter's got it now. Canterbury really throwing the ball about. They're on 5. The bomb's coming. It might be the grubber. There it goes from Steve Mortimer. They're all onside. Andrew Farrell's up there, but put it down. And the referee is going to order the knock-on and a scrum in front of the Manly uprights.
It's been an enthralling game. Canterbury are premiership leaders, and they're trying to play the sort of football that's got them there. On the other hand, Manly Warringah realise that this is a very important game for them, and they're countering everything that Canterbury are throwing at them.
Scrum win to the Eagles. Sigsworth standing on the blind side. Tackled by Potter, his opposite number. Anderson coming in to assist in the tackle. Here's Glenn Ryan, and Batiste in the 10 is the chief tackler. Kelly over the top in the 11. This man is Cullum, out to the 22 line. Still to see Les Boyd have a run. Potter, he overran that or something. He might have lost sight of it there for a split second. Not looking into the sun, he may have lost it with that backdrop of the people in the grandstand, because he made a pretty unorthodox attempt to stop it. Here's Steve Mortimer, and now Langmack, who's not coming onto it as hard as we know he can. Farah parcelled up by Cleo, played back to Johnston. Now Batiste. Gerard makes the tackle. Anderson finishes up with the ball. Steve Mortimer, Terry Lamb, across to Chris Mortimer, away from Cole Dreyer, taken by Kerry Bowstead, played on the halfway on the 5th, and it's with Terry Lamb. He kicks, he's looking for touch. Sigsworth takes it on the foot, and Sigsworth brings it back for Manly now. Tackled by Terry Lamb. Spread to Milrose. Long ball to Carey, then to Cleo. Anderson went up too quickly, and Cleo has burst into the open. Inside he goes. He picks up Cullum. Potter's come across. Beautiful tackle by the young fullback. Manly, a penalty.
And once again, Manly Warringah were able to make a breakdown that right-hand defensive side for Canterbury. Canterbury are going to have to give that area a lot of attention because Manly are working on it.
Cullum is injured for Manly. The NEC replay. Good tackle by young Michael Potter. Les Boyd is with it. 5 metres out from the Canterbury line. Can the Eagles score here? The switch of direction of the attack back to Sigsworth on the blind. That's the second tackle for the Eagles, and he's going to put a scrum down. Well, I thought he should have given a penalty. It looked to me as though Batiste getting back on side interfered with Sigsworth, who was trying to get up and play the ball. Let's see it again and see what you think. Here was Batiste. Sigsworth was trying to play it. No, it looks like Batiste has released him. So Roberts has put the scrum down for the ball being lost in the play of the ball, and here's a penalty going to Canterbury against the Manly backs for getting offside in the scrum contest. It's a differential. Farrow to kick for line. Plenty happening here. Not all of it good. Tap to be taken by Billy Johnson. A second ball keeps getting on the field, and Roberts is looking frustratingly at the ball boys. But what happens? The ball gets into the crowd, and the people just heave it back onto the ground the best way they know how. Kelly. Broman played in seconds today for Canterbury again. Did some good things. Terry Lamb. And he's put down less than gently by Alan Thompson. Here's Farah coming away from dummy half. Tunks. Flick pass out the back door. Steve Mortimer is over the halfway. He'll try and beat him with the kick. He does that. Cole Dreyer goes back, cleans it up, but it's a penalty. He's given the penalty for the late tackle on Mortimer. Right in front. And the referee has given the penalty for that late tackle on Steve Mortimer. This was Mortimer. We had him on the ISO camera. He's kicked it. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. The Manly player has gone in late on Mortimer. I thought for a moment the Manly player might have just been standing there minding his own business, but he wasn't. Well, right in front. It's already 8-0 to Canterbury. And this two-pointer will not help them. Conlon kicks the goal. Huge kick by Conlon, even when they're only little 10-metre things in front. But Canterbury are building up now a big lead, 10-0 in the NEC big game.
Yeah, on their own try line before the goal kick had even been taken.
Well, Potter's knocked on in goal. It's going to be a line dropout. No use complaining, Michael.
No, I don't think there's any doubt about it at all. Kevin Roberts is right.
He touched it here, and then it's this next touch that Roberts has got him on. Andrew Farrah's dropout. Not all that long, although what breeze there is against Canterbury. Thompson. Dreyer. Just beyond the Canterbury quarter line. We're midway through the first half now. Cochrane did well. It's gone across to Sigsworth. Sigsworth, oh, he was looking for Carey, the winger, but Carey was a mile back. A mile out of position from where I was reading the game anyway. Robinson out to the 22 line. Well, that was a good piece of work by Cochrane and Cullum, I think it was. And eventually it all broke down because we couldn't find a man to finish it off. Manly just outside the 22 again. From Cochrane to Gerard. Turning it inside for Cleo. Taken by Tunks and Kelly.
Surprising, there's been some good defence on both sides. They've both played some great football, but gee, there are a lot of mistakes in the match.
Right in the centre of the ground on the Canterbury 22 line. Gerard bumps it up for another 5 or 6 metres. Plays it back to Mel Cochrane. It goes to Alan Thompson. Across to Melrose. Off the leg of Lamb. That he's seen it differently than I have. But then again, I've got this thing to go on, and he's got he's closer to the action. But to me, that looked like it was taken on the feet by Terry Lamb, and it was play on for mine. Ryan out to Bowstead, taken by Conlon and Chris Mortimer. This is Michael Blake, a long ball out, but they're going sideways. Jeff Gerard said, heavens above, it's up this end of the ground. Let's go up this way. Sigsworth to Melrose. Well, the Manly fans, I tend to think, agree with what I just said about they're getting across the ground, and there doesn't seem to be a great deal of enthusiasm from some players in this Manly team as far as getting the football from your own end up and putting it across their line. Conlon.
maybe one of the reasons that's happening is there's a lot of workload on the Manly Warringah forwards because Noel Cleale's playing so wide, they're virtually a forward down.
Kelly, vigorous player, got a pass away to Steve Mortimer. Johnston just clawing upfield at the moment, the Bulldogs. Robinson. Oh, gee, Gerard went for a big hit on him. Got him on the shoulder. Ryan was underneath. Farrah's kick is going straight down Sigsworth's throat. He's lost it behind him. Back comes Phil Sigsworth. Ran straight into the waiting arms of Kelly. Gee, he's played strong, Kelly, in both departments. Bosted did well. Carey pops it out the back door. Thompson taken by Langmack and by Batiste. Troll drive. Gerard. Cleale getting out of a tackle and then running back into it. Robinson had one go at him and missed him and had to come again with Lamb. This is Michael Blake getting it out to Bosted. Oh, and Cullum's pass has been knocked on by Michael Blake in another scrum just on the Manly side of halfway. Well, Manly are working to the extremities of this ground as much as they possibly can, but the execution of getting it there is not without mistake.
Come back, come back.
Mortimer feeds. Lovely tunnel, good heel. Lamb and Mortimer work it. Potter comes into it. He's made a half break. 10 metres into Manly's area. Dummy half is Andrew Farrah. Runs towards the Chris Anderson wing. And Farrah is tackled. 32 out from the Manly line. Just 2 tackles gone. And Canterbury looking dangerous with 4 minutes of the first half to go. Through Mortimer to Lamb and a cutout pass to Langmack, who right through this first half hasn't been running onto the ball with the conviction that we've seen from the youngster right through the year. Ball to be played by Peter Tunks. Back to Billy Johnston. Now to Steve Mortimer. Terry Lamb. Now Michael Potter. Potter. Through he goes. Gets the pass inside, but alas, he finds Tony Melrose. Oh, how are they going to keep him out of some representative Guernseys in years to come? Michael Potter.
He's been one of the finds of the 1983-84 season.
Noel Cleale. Just a little bit of a stooge out of dummy half and then getting out to the open side of the ground. Thompson. Now it's with Ryan. Ryan's gone through a big opening. Michael Blake's coming. Michael Blake is pursued by Mortimer. Oh, the pass is into touch. I hate to go back and say I told you so, but what about S. Mortimer? Cover defence of this man is incredible. Incredible stuff. He gave them a big start and he gave them a beating. It was his tackle that forced the man to squeeze the ball out. Penalty Manly. 2.5 before the break.
Despite the fact that Manly are down 10-0 in this game, I'm sure that the opposition coach of Canterbury, Warren Ryan, wouldn't be happy with the way Canterbury are defending. On many occasions, Manly have had very little trouble in breaking the Canterbury Bankstown defence, and I'm sure that's an area he's going to give attention to at half-time.
Thompson, Melrose, players everywhere. Flick pass for Boyd, and Boyd is taken by Tunks. 15 metres out. It's out with Cullum now. Enthusiastic. Tackle in the middle of the ground. 10 metres out. 10-0 to Canterbury. If they go in with this lead at half-time, they're all but unbeatable. Gerard is close. 2 metres out from the line. Gerard plays it. Passing it is Cochrane. Thompson switches it. Cleale! Oh, so close, and yet so far. Plays it back to Gerard. Out to Thompson. Out it goes to Boyd. On to Ryan and now to Carey. Carey going back in field. 5 gone. The crowd roaring for a penalty as Canterbury got themselves offside professionally, but Roberts allowed it to go. He was doing what I think he thought was the right thing, Kev Roberts. Steve Mortimer being spoken to by Roberts, and he's going to give the penalty now.
Kevin Roberts was going to give a penalty for Steve Mortimer being offside, which he certainly was. Manly should have scored a try. It was only bad handling on their part that cost them the try. Kevin Roberts has now given the penalty, and I thought it was good refereeing on his part.
The only point being, Bill, in opposition to that comment, the penalty that he could have given against Canterbury would have been an absolute snack of a 2-pointer. That's my point.
Oh, I agree with that.
I'm not trying to argue with you.
Manly should have scored a try. It was only bad passing on their behalf that cost them the try. It was a simple, fundamental, lateral 1-1 pass, and they were over in the corner.
He's missed it. Potter's going to bring this out. Watch out for this fellow, Potter, if he gets into an open space from anywhere. Even there, he won't give in. He's a never-say-die footballer, this kid. Langmack. Ooh, he thought about a pass, and it was on for Johnston. There's the siren. That's probably why Langmack didn't pass. They were working for the siren. They're taking a 10 points to 0 underway. Manly trailing by 10. And there's the kickoff from Melrose. Oh, gee, it hit on its point and came back like a well-hit 9-iron. Really took a divot and came back, but Canterbury has still come up with the ball, and they're playing it just inside the 22 line. This is Peter Kelly, and the cross for Terry Lamb. Ryan's got him. Played back to Billy Johnston. Peter Tunks asked to take it out. They don't do anything flash, Canterbury, on this part of the football field. Their forwards, they're big fellows, Tunks, Kelly, Batiste. They just take it out in very simple fashion. Short ball from the dummy half, and then they just try and, as I said earlier, claw their way upfield. Here's Melrose. Langmack and Batiste making the tackle. And we're on the halfway line as Thompson comes to the blind. He gets in between them. Thompson put down midway between 22 and halfway on the Canterbury end of the paddock, and out it goes to Gerard now. He just has to stop and come back as the Canterbury defence came up quite quickly. Here's Michael Blake now running into Robinson. Away for Thompson on the blind to Melrose. And Terry Lamb makes the tackle. Away for the kick from Mal Cochran. It's a high kick. It's a good kick. Let's see what Potter's like. Well, Potter was all right. If they'd leave him alone, it's a penalty to Manly. It's got to be a penalty to Manly. I can't understand the complaints coming from the Canterbury players. Well, Langmack, why the name of goodness he wanted to get in? I suppose Potter called. Being a fullback, I guess he would have. Canterbury got the points in the first round. 8-6 at Belmore. And this looks like the first points of the day for men. Melrose has got it. And back to the halfway we go now for the restart. 3 minutes gone, second half. Conlon sending it down to Carey. On the 22 line through Melrose. Sigsworth is knocked on. Sigsworth is having a fairly unhappy day. That's the second mistake he's made that has given Canterbury the feed and the loose inside his own 22. Well, it's a good scrum win for Cochran. He's won it against the feed, and that's the second time he's done it. Unbelievably, the same thing happened. The Sigsworth mistake in the first half, that was fed by Canterbury's Mortimer, and twice young Cochran has come up with a scrum win. So they're two very good points in the youngsters' favour. Gerrard to Cleal, Cleal to Carey, and good defence over there by Chris Anderson. He was sweating on him and passed him up quickly. Here's Cochrane, and struggling forward, looking for somebody to support him. Roberts telling Canterbury to get onside. As it comes out to Melrose, he cuts out Ryan, gives it to Dreyer, and Terry Lamb is there to make the tackle together with Jeff Robinson. 5 tackles gone for Manly. It's with Tony Melrose. He fires the kick off. Anderson was standing up fairly shallow. It's going to find touches it. No, it's stopping. And here comes Potter now. Carey makes the tackle, and a good one too. Here's Anderson passing and finding Potter, who's out now to the 22 line. Farah away from Ryan, and a run of 10 metres there. Boyd and Gerrard pulling him down. And Andrew is clutching at an ankle. Here was the tackle. Chris Close now, who was replaced earlier in the match, back on the bench alongside Phil Blake. Robinson. Oh, back for Tunks. Tunks outside the 32. And he's playing it now to Billy Johnston. Across for Mortimer. A switch of play across now to brother Chris, who kicks. It's a torpedo punt down and over the head of Phil Sigsworth. The defence coming down on Sigsworth, and he's got between them and will play it 30 metres out almost from his own line. Good run by Phil Sigsworth. Out to Melrose and now to Michael Blake. And he got around Terry Lamb, got a pass away, and Cole Dreyer is tackled by Ross Conlon. Play getting back up towards the halfway. 6 more tackles as it goes to Gerrard. Gerrard coming back into the middle. That's the first tackle for Manly. He restarted it because Ross Conlon struck for the ball in the play the ball. Boyd coming onto it with more gusto that time. Out to Alan Thompson. Tony Melrose, it's behind him, has to go back for it, and then is taken by the Canterbury defence. Still just on the Manly side of halfway. Cochrane, a hand off to Melrose, and Robinson is there with Kelly and Batiste. Here's Cleo, he's running into an opening. Going to be hard to stop. Who's got him? Steve Mortimer's got him again. Goodness gracious. As he blunted some Manly try-scoring opportunities, Mortimer. Here's Potter. 10 metres out from his own line. That man was coming hard, Cleo. A sight that would have looked very much like Eric Growth, I would think, at full flight, and he ran at the smallest player in the team, and Mortimer got him. Steve Folkes in jumper number 14 has come to the sidelines for Canterbury. I think Warren Ryan has said, well, enough's enough. He just keeps opening us up, that fellow. Steve Mortimer, Andrew Farah. That's a very ordinary kick by Farah. I'm wondering, did it come off a Manly player?
Wouldn't matter if he didn't play at the ball.
Robinson coming off. Replaced by Stephen Folkes.
There's a war going on out there on our streets.
8:30 Wednesday.
People are scared.
TJ Hooker.
They count us high.
He's teaching them survival.
What the hell are you trying to prove?
I didn't ask for this assignment. Yeah, well, some of us aren't as smart as you, Sarge. That badge is a target.
Survival on the streets.
I don't want you dead. I don't want anybody else dead.
William Shatner is TJ Hooker. Premiering 8:30 Wednesday on Channel 10.
It's still very well Mike. 5 tackles gone for Manly. Out to Alan Thompson, a grubber kick across for the flanker. Conlon has to go across and takes it in touch in goal. So it's a line dropout. Farah taking the line dropout. Getting down to Ryan. Manly come back again. Blindside by Cochrane. Ah, good pass to Bowstead. Oh, Mortimer might go here. No, he said play on. I thought Steve had got him high. Thompson, Ryan, Melrose, long ball. Anderson has come in contact with it. That's off the feet of Manly, and he'll put the scrum down. Well, I guess some Canterbury people breathed a sigh of relief here. It looked really bad from up here. Well, there's no doubt he got him right across the eyes. Mortimer, that is. And now he's talking to him. Canterbury's penalty. It's against the Manly scrum for trying to angle the pack. So, second time in this match we've seen Kevin Roberts delay with the whistle, using a discretionary power, trying to give the attacking side all the chance in the world to score tries. Roberts telling Manly to get that second ball off the field. That's what the delay is over. Gee, it's a problem here with these grounds that are so close to the crowd. The second ball that gets on the field. Tunks. Batiste. 10-2 to Canterbury. Johnston. Langmack. Mortimer. Lamb. Chris Mortimer. Jeff Gerard did well to stop him. Steve Mortimer. The bomb. I think that they're all onside. And oh, Manly have done exactly what Canterbury did earlier. He's going to put the knock on, apply the knock on to it, and a scrum right in front of the Manly uprights. Canterbury gets a penalty. Manly's front row has collapsed. So Peter Tunks is just going to take the tap and hit it up. Here he goes. Billy Johnston has gone to dummy half. So Mortimer's gone to the right. And here he is, spreading it to Lamb. The ball has gone astray. It's come down with Cullum. Alan Thompson. 12 metres out from the Manly line. 12 minutes, second half gone. Cochrane. Good run. Ryan backing up beautifully. But I think Canterbury's Steve Mortimer is back there and has come up with the ball this time. From Folks, it's gone wide to Farah. Farah's got through. Where's the support? Farah taken ball and all by Sigsworth. Langmack to Tunks. Lamb, Kelly. Reaching the 22 line. Billy Johnston. 5 tackles gone for the Bulldogs. Mortimer indicates he's kicking, decides to push the ball. Lamb puts up the bomb. And Sigsworth takes it sweetly. Played by Carey. It's Cochrane. Melrose. 5 tackles now gone for the Eagles. Cleo, which is kicked straight down to the Canterbury full-back. Potter always seems to beat one. Boyd made that tackle. Anderson goes for a dummy half scamper. Midway 22 halfway. Manly's end of the field. Mortimer. Lamb's gone to dummy half. Another dummy half run. Out comes the ball, and Canterbury has still got it. Oh, he's got a kick in the face, Billy Johnston. The crowd voicing their disapproval. They believe it was a fair ball for Manly. Lamb losing it under the weight of the tackle from Cleo. And then Johnston had the ball taken from him in rather dubious circumstances. Manly getting a penalty. Boyd. Oh, Billy Johnston let one go. Well, this is going to be, oh, this is absolutely totally unfair from Billy Johnston's point of view. Those of you who saw the previous replay will know what provoked that action from Johnston, and lo and behold, he's gone to the sin bin for 10 minutes. Bowstead. Penalty to Manly. Tunks is holding his jaw. Boyd. Cleo. Big Cleo. He's held up and forced back. Cochrane, long ball out to Thompson. Thompson, he's still short.
Wide stretch to the left is on.
Melrose, out to Michael Blake. Long ball out to Carey. Taken by Sexworth. 5 tackles gone for Manly. Melrose. Oh, that's a pretty dangerous pass to throw. It's come down to Canterbury. Langmack will play it. Langmack unable to play the ball at this stage. For 26. Replacing brother Michael. Boyd. Cullum. Sadly looking in vain for support. Thompson to Gerard. Cut out ball to Cleo. And he got a good ball away to Dreyer. It's going over the top to Carey. Carey kicks. There's a chase and Anderson's come down with it. And he's lost it. And the touch judge has come in. Let's see.
My summing up of the situation is the touch judge come on to record an incident in back play, and it was against Manly, and consequently they were going to get the penalty, but Manly have gone over and scored a try.
Manly taking that penalty, and it's with Gerard. Boyd. Short of the line, a couple of metres. Canterbury still playing with 12 men. Gerard. That pass has gone to Cleal. He'll be hard to keep out. Cochrane is in. Cochrane has scored for Manly. Tempers are fraying, but Manly have got the 4 points. Cleal getting it down to Cochrane.
Manly have gone close to scoring on a number of occasions, but here they're able to finish it off. We can see that Gerard makes the break, pops up a pass to Cleal. He wasn't able to go all the way himself, but he's strong enough to stand in the tackle. Offloaded to a ball to Cochrane in support, and over he goes for Manly's first.
Melrose's kick is going to be short. Scoreline remaining, Canterbury 10. Manly 6. And restarting. Phil Blake. Getting away from Andrew Farrar. Carey given the opportunity. Down on the 22. So what's happening? Bugden has gone back onto the field now. And in fact replaces Billy Johnston, whose 10 minutes has just expired. Bugden is in 17 jumper. And that's a very, very heady piece of coaching by Warren Ryan. Billy Johnston's temper, I'm pretty sure Warren has felt was frayed to the absolute limit.
Or he could be injured.
Well, he also might have an eye injury, but by the same token, he's decided to replace him with Bugden. So Warren has probably seen it 2 ways. He may be suffering the injury. He may also feel that to put him back out there, he may lose Billy Johnston. Not through injury, but through something else. A couple of possibilities there, but the point is Bugden is there now at dummy half. Billy Johnston will not be back with us today. Now Lamb is offside the way I've seen it. Carey takes the ball in goal, and it's a line dropout. Canterbury sending a replacement in. Jumper 24, David Gillespie. For who? Peter Tunks, who's gone off on the far side of the ground.
Number 24 for Canterbury.
Cleal's drop kick straight to Andrew Farrar. Good long drop kick by Cleal, though. Now this is Gillespie with it now. Lamb, Mortimer. Batiste has galloped into an opening. Floats the ball out for Ross Conlon. Bosted's got him cornered inside, and beautifully passed by Chris Mortimer to Paul Langmack. And across now for Peter Kelly. The Bulldogs are throwing it on. It's Anderson who's tackled, gets it to Bugden. Bugden away to Potter. Potter gets out of the tackle, takes it within 10 metres. Canterbury really ad-libbing it, throwing it about. And now they're fanned out wide to the right. Steve Mortimer turns it inside for Chris Anderson, who's held a couple of metres out from the Manly line. 4 tackles gone against the blue and whites. It's with Steve Mortimer. He turns it and Anderson scores. Simple little piece of football. The dummy half runs. The man who plays the ball backs him up. And the markers both get across the ground to try and take the runner, leaving a gap right up the middle. And that's the gap that Chris Anderson found. Promoted this way. Watch the marker. He comes out. And there's the opening for the man who played the ball, Chris Anderson. And that is the ball game with 11 minutes to go. 14-6.
It looked very simple. It was good backing up by Chris Anderson to support Mortimer on that break around the dummy half, and that sealed the game for the Bulldogs.
2 tries for Chris Anderson. Intercept. And then that piece of intelligent football, which probably more than anything came from the experience that he has enjoyed over a long period with Steve Mortimer. Ross Conlon has never had an easier day, I wouldn't think, as far as kicking's concerned. He did pot one long one, but most of them have been presentations. And Canterbury leading Manly by 16 points to 6.
From Kennedy Miller, makers of the Mad Max movies and the award-winning The Dismissal, comes Bodyline. 3 sons of the Empire, Bradman, Jardine and Larwood, locked in a mortal conflict that split the Empire over a game between gentlemen.
You got one with a shorter handle?
I don't know who you think you are. Victor Trumper.
His name's Don Bradman.
One became the hero of a nation. The other, a ruthless opportunist, obsessed by winning at all costs. His weapon, the fastest bowler on earth. From their early years, their first love would always be the game, until destiny brought them together. Soon, Bodyline comes to Network 10 with a story about winning and playing the game with the legends who rocked the foundations of the Empire on the day England declared war on Australia. Bodyline. It's not cricket, it's war.
Phil Blake decides to go. Reaches the halfway, but who's there to bring him down? The cover defence of Steve Mortimer again. And he's got another bloke out there that tackles damn well in Steve Folks to help him now. This is Anderson. Batiste. 32 metres out. Just over 16,000 at the match. And Bugden puts it down. Blake. Dreyer and back to Blake. This is Bowstead.
Get away from him.
Thompson. Ryan. Boyd. Getting very dark here at Manly's Brookvale. Gerard, in fact, a pretty dark day for the Eagles. This loss to Canterbury this afternoon, I'm not sure how the injury is to Chris Close. It added to their other injury problems, and also the toboggan that they appear to be on in the premiership race. A bomb by Manly. Potter has stood his ground and come down with it, and he's penalised Manly for being in front of the kicker and getting inside the 5. Andrew Farrell will shoot for the line. Bugden. Folks, no need for anything flash from Canterbury. They can play slow motion football. They got the 2 points parcelled right up. This is Gillespie. Inside the last 5. 16 to 6. 2 tries to Canterbury, both scored by Chris Anderson, replacement winger. Or should I say, getting back at the getting back into the first grade side at the expense of Max Mannix, wasn't it? What's he injured at the Mannix, is he?
Yeah, he's got a knee injury.
Kick downfield by Farrer has gone straight to Sigsworth. Sigsworth plays it now. Well back inside his own territory. Dreyer is taken by Langmack. He got away from Langmack. This is Bowstead. Never stops trying, Kerry, does he? Neither did this fellow, Thompson. Cleal on one of those big runs up the middle. Away from Potter. Conlon's got him. He shrugged on it. Gee, he's strong, this fellow. That's been a superhuman effort by Cleal. He just refused to go down. Absolutely refused to be put down, Noel Cleal.
He probably tried to make the most after having made a mistake. I thought he should have offloaded the ball instead of throwing the dummy. He had support, but he threw the dummy, tried to go all the way on his own, and he almost made it.
There's no doubts it was runs like that from Noel Cleal that influenced the selectors to put him in the rep jumper. This man that throws footballers around as though they don't exist. The pony called Blossom. Played by Anderson. That's Chris Mortimer. Dying seconds of this one. Kelly handoff to Batiste. Batiste has done well. Picked up Steve Mortimer. It's gone across now to Steve Folkes. 5 gone for the Bulldogs. Lamb. His kick has found touch just inside the Manly 22 line. The Canterbury captain, Terry Lamb, and the NEC replay. This crowd getting out of the place fairly quickly. The hometown boys have suffered defeat. But then again, it's nothing to be too ashamed of, getting beaten by this Canterbury unit. They are the front runners. They have been for a long, long time. And easily the most consistent side in the competition, to my way of thinking. And exhibiting so much depth. Played by Melrose with Phil Blake. The passes with young Cochrane, and Blake has backed him up beautifully. He kicks ahead. A great race for the ball. Conlon is back there to cover. But that was just a touch of the Phil Blake, who scored 27 tries during last season. And Canterbury really playing the go slow tactics. Siren has sounded, and that's the end of it. The end of a game that had a hell of a lot to reflect on, and some of it not too nice. But Canterbury Bankstown has won by 16-6. Melrose, yet another of the walking wounded.
Steve. It was a feature. You know, they made a few breaks there, but I thought the whole boys played particularly well today, because I thought Manly were a little bit unlucky, and they played very well.
Canterbury have been front runners of the competition all year. How does today's win rank in comparison with the others?
Well, any win's a great win, but particularly when you're playing against a side that played so well today, like Manly Warringah, it was a real great win, probably one of the best, you know, in years. But we had to win and keep on going, and you know, a bit of luck our way and a bit of bad luck Manly's way.
For taking today's award, it's my pleasure to present you with a cheque for $500, courtesy of NEC and Electronic Sales and Rentals.
Thanks very much to the sponsors and making the big game bigger.
So the man of the match, Steve Mortimer, and Canterbury Bankstown still riding high on top of the Winfield Cup Premiership race. Let's have a look at all the other results from over the weekend. South defeating Illawarra yesterday. Cronulla 34.